Gonna stunt like the camera's crooked because we just came in the house and we just threw all our shit on the couch. Hold on. So that's why the camera crooked. So it's your girl Squeeze Jaws, aka Killer Queen T, aka Blackout T, aka she just got her intro right, aka she's still crooked down. And today we are supposed to be walking on the following.
This is
No. I know. I put it that way. Like the chumps in there. Yo. We is on chapter 5. I feel like I need to give a recap. So quick recap. Martin brother got killed. Brother Hero got killed. His little brother Hero got killed. He found out that his best friend, his best friend Frankie, like they was aiming at his best friend Frankie. So then they found out who did it, and then they were supposed to go right up on him to get their revenge. But he changed his mind, and he told Frankie he couldn't do it. Frankie beat him up, and then he went and he told the officer, but he didn't snitch on his friends. He just told them to go check on dude, so nothing to happen. So, right now, he still has, he talking. Oh, so like I said, they beefing. Cargo, he finna talk to Cargo, because that's at the last chapter we was on. That's what he was about to do. He had just left school. He seen this one of his old guys, not Frankie, Cargo. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Cargo. Yo, Holmes, what's up? Cargo said, lighting up a cigarette. His words seemed normal, but his face was pale and tense, like he was about to throw up. I glanced up and down the block to see if he had come with Frankie, but there was no blue Le Mans anywhere. What's up, Chango? I said, eyeing him cautiously. He took a long drag of the cigarette and blew a cloud of smoke into the air. I could smell the stink from across the street. When we were kids, he and I used to hang out all the time. In junior high, we started messing around with cigarettes and beer like the older kids. I hated that stuff. The smell, the taste, the cost. But Chargo was different. In 8th grade, he discovered weed. And for a while, that was all he wanted to do. To pay for it, we stole things. See what I'm saying? You don't like this stuff. So why is you out here stealing stuff to support a habit that you're not even doing? Let me know. A car stereo here, a bicycle there, no big deal, but it wasn't right. I remember how I felt when Hero's bike got stolen. How I wanted to beat up the kid that did it. And then one day I became that kid. It's all ancient history now. No matter what stupid things we did back in the day, me and Chargo were always tight. He would always tell you what he was thinking straight up. And since he and I were cool, we never had any problems. Not like me and Frankie. You know all about that. Martin, we need to talk, homie. His voice sounded forced and unnatural, like someone had a knife stuck in his back. Tell me something I don't know, I replied, double checking to make sure we were alone. Where is he? Cargo knew exactly what I was talking about. He ain't here, Martin. Not yet, he said, crossing the street. He doesn't know I'm talking to you. And to be honest, I can't believe I am either. Really? He tossed a cigarette butt onto the sidewalk. Pulled out another one. Damn. I'm always shocked when I see people chain smoke cigarettes. Like one cigarette, alright, cool. A little nicotine. But you get to puffing on the second one, and then you put that one out, and you get to puffing on the third. You good? You good? Cause that's high stress right there. And fished around in his pocket for a lighter. He smoked whenever he was nervous. Man, you keep smoking like that, and you're never gonna be an old man, Chargo, I said. I knew how silly the word sounded. Like the warning you see on the cigarette packs. When you're just trying to get through today. You don't even think about tomorrow. Besides, you smell bad enough already without them nasty things. He laughs, but there was nothing happy about the sound. Huh, huh, huh. Y'all like to that sad. That was a sad laugh. That's how you laugh. Like the laugh you have at a funeral when you recall something funny about the person who passed away. Remember how we used to run up and down the streets when we were kids? When playing was all we had to worry about? Cargo said, carefully putting the cigarette back in the box and kicking the curve with his shoe. I seen him do that 1,000 times whenever he was thinking. Yeah, I remember. That was a long time ago. I wish we could go back there, he said. Me too, Holmes. I'll give anything just to go back to last summer. Cargo whined. I knew the words hurt him. Of all my friends, he was the one who liked Hero the most. He cried with me at the funeral, and he wanted revenge as much as I did. So why the fuck is he still Frankie's friend? Make sense. Frankie's pissed at you, Holmes, he said, suddenly changing the subject. I ain't never seen him so mad. I nodded. I expected so much. I know. You think I'm stupid? I don't know what to think about you anymore, Cargo said with a sigh. You used to be one of us, and now look at you. Frankie says you punked out and riding us to the cops like you wanted us arrested or something. Ramir's been all over us for the past 2 days. Man, all of you been smoking too much. You know I ain't like that. I never said Frankie or anyone's name to the cops. You believe me, right? Chargo shrugged. I could see that Frankie had worked hard to turn him against me. Then why did Romance stop by checking us out like we did something, he asked. Because Frankie left his signature on my face. Romance ain't stupid. He knows something up. Chargo nodded. He knew I was telling the truth. Chargo, I don't want to lose Chargo, but you know, at the same time, I don't know. We can get him to these streets. So great, you're so fucking petty. I'm just saying we can get him to the streets. On the street, cars slowly passed by. One driver, an old white man, eyed us as he approached the corner where we were standing. He even locked his car doors as he waited for the light to turn, like we were carjackers or something. I almost said boo, just to stop him, so he'll stop staring. Chargo spit on the ground as the light changed and the car raced away. So that's it then. You just walking away from us and leaving Hector on the street like nothing happened. What about Hero? Oh, you know Frankie. If Frankie wasn't standing next to my brother and motherfuckers had aim, then Frankie wouldn't even be here. Honestly. What about Hero, Chango? The bullet that killed him was meant for Frankie. If I stayed away from him, Hero would be riding his bike right now, not lying in the ground, I said, forcing the tears back. Chargo wiped something from his eyes. We were both quiet for several seconds. I understand you hurting, bro. All of us are. That's why we gotta get revenge. Come on, Holmes. Let's talk to Frankie. No! This nigga, you stop. He'll probably be cool with you if you come around now. From what I hear, Hector's at his crib tonight. Tanner Street ain't that far away. Let's do this like we said back in the day, Chargo urged. Let's do it for Hero. No, if anything, I need to beat Frankie face in. That's what the fuck needs to be popping off. Chango's last words caught me like a nail catches your skin. He acted like killing was the best way to show respect for a kid who never hurt anyone, who smiled at strangers and felt sad whenever he saw a stray cat. That's not my brother's way. He wouldn't want me to shoot anyone. He wouldn't want me abandoning mom and wasting my life in jail either. I figured this out one afternoon when I cut class to visit his grave. No matter what Chango, Frankie, or anyone said, I had to live for Hero, not kill for him. I'm taking care of Hector myself, Chargo, my way. I don't need you or Frankie's help to do it, I snapped. It was true, though I wasn't sure how. Holmes, you ain't thinking straight. We've been tight for years, so I'm going to tell you straight up. If you walk away like this, you won't make Frankie an enemy, and you'll be alone against Hector. Chargo said. It's like a street fight. The dude in the middle gets hit from both sides. You can't survive that. Then I won't survive, I said. We all gotta go sometimes, Chargo. At least I'll see Hero again. Chargo glanced at me and turned away. I've seen him act this way before, when he disagreed with me, but knew there was no change in my mind. Like when I stopped buying him weed because I thought he smoked too much. First of all, that's why Chango don't even care. I ain't feeling how you feeling about this whole Frankie situation. Because if you think about it, Chango was using your ass too. Because why is you over here helping him rob and steal? You not robbing and stealing, put money in your pocket. You robbing and stealing so this man can get high. What? Y'all like the grease? That's his friend. But still, no. What? I'm not robbing for nobody else's habit. Hit me when you done with that. Hit me when you done with that mission. I'll be here. I'll wait. Why don't you take off? He said suddenly. There was something desperate in his voice. You know, run away or join the army or something. Just until Frankie cools down. Those recruiter dudes are all over the place these days. I almost laughed in his face at how crazy his words sounded. You gotta admit, it's a messed up world when going to war is safer than staying home. I'm serious, Martin. Go away for 6 months. Yeah, he added, almost like he was begging me. Chargo had never given me advice before. Usually he was asking for it about girls or work or dealing with his mom. Frankie and I used to tease him about it, but things were different now. I can't leave Holmes, I said. My mother and I had already moved across the city, and at 16, I wasn't joining the army. Besides, I couldn't leave my mother alone, not after what she'd been through. Chargo was about to try and argue with me. I could see in his face, but I cut him off. So is Frankie coming for me, Chargo? Is that why you came down here? I asked. Chargo reached into his pocket and grabbed the cigarette he just put away. I knew the answer before he opened his mouth. You know, Frankie, he won't take no from anyone. For several minutes, we stood on the corner and said nothing. Chargo finished his cigarette, tossed the butt onto the sidewalk, and looked back at Bruford. And what about you, Chango? Will you be with Frankie when he comes? Chargo shook his head and cursed under his breath. It isn't supposed to be like this. We brothers, he said finally, sadness in his voice. Come on, Martin. You was always the smart one. Can't you think of some way out of this? At least try making it right with Frankie. Try talking to him. Look at my face, Chargo. This is what happened last time we talked. I got nothing to say to him. Chargo sighed and played with his lighter, making the flame flare up and die back. I almost felt bad for him, the position he was in. But that's the way the world is, putting you in bad positions and forcing you to make a move. Like Mr. Mitchell said, you have to make a choice. No one ever said choosing was easy. He's got your mom's schedule from his sister, Martin. He knows she's working like this weekend, Saturday night. That's when he's coming. When you're alone, Chargo said, his eyes like storm clouds. You didn't hid it from me. He turned and started walking back across the street. But you didn't answer my question, bro. Watching him, I knew Chargo was still my homie. He made a choice by risking his neck to warn me. It was more than many people would have done. Okay, I guess. Thanks for coming down here, Cargo, I said as he left. His head was down, his eyes low. He didn't once turn back. From now on, I was on my own, and Frankie was coming. Damn. My head was spinning as I made my way home. Frankie was going to make a lesson of me. In a way, he had no choice. Everyone would think he was soft if he allowed me to stand up to him. People would start talking. His reputation would suffer. And then younger wannabes would push and test him to get respect. I've seen it before. He had to prove to the rest of our crew that there was no questioning him. But how far would he go? At the least, he'd give me a beating I wouldn't be able to walk away from after a day. Maybe worse. I remember the doctor's words just before I was discharged from the hospital. Another shot to the head could cause brain damage. I knew what another fight with Frankie would do. More shots to the head, hard ones. I ain't never seen him so mad. Chargo's words echoed in my head. This time Frankie would be more brutal than ever. I kept picturing the way he kicked the kid at the party, the horrible red crushing sound he made. Frankie would give me the same treatment. No, he'd give me worse. By the time I made it home, Fear was digging at me the way rats clawed through the wall of our old apartments. My mother was still at work, and it was dead quiet as I walked in and locked the door behind me. From the shadows at the end of the hall, Hero smiled at me from his picture. I might be seeing you again soon, little brother, I said, crossing myself the way we do in church. Getting beaten isn't what scared me most. I've been through that enough times as a kid with my father. Once, when my mother was pregnant with Hero, my dad got drunk and started swinging. She fell trying to get away from him, and I jumped in between them. Stop it, Papa! You're hurting him! You're hurting her! I cried. I screamed. He hit me so hard my teeth pierced my lip like glass, ripping through an old trash bag. I was on the floor in a puddle of blood when he left in a storm of English and Spanish curses. That was one of the last times I saw him. 8 years ago, and I still have a scar on the inside of my lip from the stitches. His only lasting gift to me. At the time, my mom called me her hero, saying I protected her and my brother. But she never understood that it was fear that pushed me, not bravery. Fear that if I didn't act, I'd lose them. Fear that I failed to keep my mom and my brother safe. Whose death Hero's death made those fears real, turned them into wounds that hurt worse than any bruise Frankie could give, and scared me more than any threats. Pacing in my apartment, I felt these fears again, driving me like hunger. If Frankie was coming for me, if he was going to bring everything he had against me, I wouldn't survive. But there was something I needed to settle first. A problem that would make my life a complete failure if I didn't solve it. One that would turn me into a restless ghost if I died before I could finish it. I looked at Hero's picture and knew where I had to go. It was not about Frankie or Chargo or Buford. It was about Hero and the person who shot him. Time was ticking. Frankie was coming. Ramirez had done nothing. I needed to move while I still could. I needed to find justice for my lost brother. The next thing I knew, my feet were taking me away from my apartment to the bus stop on our corner. Without a word, I boarded the bus to Tanner Street, to Hector Melanina's house. I did not say that right. Meldinino's house. Okay, so I'm feel like we about to confront him. We about to let him know, bro, I know it was you that shot my brother. We ain't got no motherfucking proof, and if I could, I would take your motherfucking life, but I can't. And I understand that, the universe will take care of that is. Even though I don't think he gonna say all the last part, but I do think he gonna be like, I know you shot my bro. You was aiming at this one, but you shot my bro with your non-aiming ass. Okay, maybe not that last part. That non-aiming ass. Hold on, y'all. So, it's going to be a little weird because I know y'all like toys. Is that shirt you had on yesterday? Remember, I just went to work. I got off work. It's 8 a.m.s. So now, after this video, I won't have this shirt on no more. I'll be fresh. Well, I'm going to be fresh. I'll be just off work. Clothes, just at work. So, the video after today, I will have on new clothes. So, hold on. Okay, so this, I know y'all like to quiz. Oh, I can mark this as a kid because this is a teenager. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this as a kid. Put my home up in there. The story one super boov. Ooh. The story one super boov. Hold on. I'm going to put it in the comments, but I be wanting to make sure y'all be like, ooh, oh. Captain Smeek, leader of the boov, was taking the boov to a new planet. The Gorg, the enemy, had just destroyed the last planet the boov had called home, and the boov mothership was almost out of power. Luckily, the Gorg didn't know the new planet existed. It is called Earth, said a big brain boov. For now, added Captain Smeek. Yay, said a boov named O. Is that not excitement? Ooh, squeeze, you might not be. No, you got this. Do not fear humans, persons, Captain Smeek announced to the inhabitants of Earth. We are simply turning off your gravity to make our mandatory relocation easier and more fun. One by one, former tools picked up the people of Earth and sent them to the relocation zone, Happy Humans Town. After renaming the planet Smekland, Captain Smek ordered the boov to get rid of all the useless junk that humans had left behind. Oh, what was fantastic by everything. But he also believed that Captain Smeek was a genius. If Captain Smeek thought it was all useless, then agreed. He said it's all useless. Let's get rid of this shit. The boov were relocated to their own apartment. All wanted to have a housewarming party, but no one wanted to come. Even Cal, who thought was his friend, refused. Decided to email the invitation to Cal just in case he changed his mind. Fada! Pressed the send button, and all over Smekland, boov pad started beeping. Had sent his email to the entire galaxy, including the Gorg, by mistake. If the Gorg read the message, they would know where boov lived. Was a fugitive. O dashed into the convenience store to hide, but he wasn't alone. A human girl named Tip and her pet cat Pig were there too. When the Fompa-Tools picked up the humans, Tip managed to escape. But her mom was relocated. Tip went to the store to get everything she would need to look for her mom. But she wasn't expecting to find a boov there. She thought, oh, it was like the other boov. So she locked him inside a freezer case. Captain Smeck knew that it was urgent to stop Oo's email from reaching the Gorg. A big brain boov suggested logging into O's email account and canceling the invitation. Unlike the other boov, O had chosen a unique password, so they needed O to cancel the email himself. Captain Smeck told Cal, "You know him. You can find him." Then he banged his shusher, a scepter with a rock on the handle that he used to thump boov on the head when they made a mistake. At the car store, Tip realized that O was different from the other boov. When he offered to fix her car, O fixed Tip's car and then some. He made it fly and powered it with a slushy machine. Tip, O, and Pig zoomed through the sky in a newly named Slushy-lish and headed to Paris, where they hoped to learn Tip's mom's location. At the Great Antenna, which was the boov name for the Eiffel Tower, Captain Smeck got some bad news. The big brain boov still hadn't guessed O's email password, and they were running out of time. "This is #1 disaster," Captain Smirk explained. "His message must not reach the Gorg." "I found O," Cal admitted. Cal had tried to catch O, and the fight ended in an explosion. But I erased him. Cal didn't know that. Oh, hold on. Before I'm on it. Cal didn't know that O actually had escaped with Tip's help. When they reached Paris, Tip and O snuck into the Great Antenna to use a giant computer. They wanted to find Tip's mom, but first they needed to stop O's email from reaching the Gorg. Time was running out. O entered his password. It is, "My name is O, and Captain Smeek is great, and anyone who does not think that is a poop," O said, then added 1. With that, he stopped his email from being sent, moments before the Gorg would have received it. I'm going to say they just have to ask the man. Next, O used the computer to locate Tip's mom. She had been sent to Happy Humans Town, which was in Australia. "What are we waiting for?" Tip said excitedly. "Let's go get her." But before Tip and O could get back to Slushy-lish, they ran into Captain Smeck, and he was not in a forgiving mood. "You have made your mistake, and many mistakes before that. Erase him," Captain Smeck commanded. Dang. "Let's go," yelled Tip, "or mess with the gravity thingy." "She's bluffing," Captain Smeck said. "She could not possibly reach." Tip stretched as high as she could and grabbed the gravity ball. Tip can't what? Tip can't what? The Great Antenna began to shake. Then it shrunk back and forth like an enormous pendulum. Slowly at first, then faster and faster, until it started to demolish the city of Paris. Tip and O took advantage of the chaos to escape back to Slushy-licious. As they flew toward Australia, Tip could tell that O had something on his mind. "I am thinking that boov should never have come to Smeckland, to Earth," O told her. "So I am saying the sorry to you." Doing a long journey. I'm sorry, y'all. I almost messed up. Doing a long journey, Tip and O fell asleep. When they awoke, a horrible surprise was waiting for them. Boov bubble ships had filled the sky. Tip and O screamed in terror. Then Tip frowned. "Wait, they're not attacking us," she said. "They are running away," replied O. "There can only be one reason." Gorg, Tip exclaimed as a fleet of Gorg ships zipped after the bow bubble ships. Then a boov ship blew up a Gorg ship. Pieces of the Gorg ship slammed into Slushylicious, sending it plummeting toward the ground. After Slushylicious crashed and stopped working, Tip was worried she would never find her mom. O began to sing the boov death song, but Tip refused to give up. Look, she said, pointing at the Don Gorg ship. Maybe you can use parts from it to fix our car. This has low probability of success. O grumbled as Tip dragged him over to the Gorg ship. This is the ship. To Tip and O's relief, the Gorg ship was an empty drone. It didn't have a pilot, so it was safe to look inside. O searched for anything that could fix Slushylicious. It is Gorg super chip, he suddenly yelled. The Slushylicious will fly again. Tip was excited too. I knew this would all work out. The Gorg super chip gave Superlicious more than enough power to get them to Australia. I'm almost done, y'all. I thought I wasn't, but I am. When Tip and O finally reached Happy Humanstown, Captain Smick and of the Boovs were brought in a boov mothership, hoping to flee the planet. O begged Tip to leave with him, to escape the Gorg, but she refused. You will never find her, O said, pleading. We must run away now. You're just running away because you're a boob, Tip replied. I'm not leaving my family. So Tip went looking for her mom, and O boarded the ship, leaving Tip behind. Wham! Slam! Bam! Blasts from the Gorg flies rocked the boov mothership, which was very low in power, making it impossible to fly away. Then O had a great idea. He shoved the Gorg super chip into the control panel. Suddenly, the boov mothership zoomed into the atmosphere. The other boov was so impressed by O's bravery that they made him their new captain and even gave him the shusher. The shusher. Shush. Hit you in the head. Shush. Back on Earth, Tip couldn't find her mom anywhere. Then O returned to help. He used his new tracking device to locate Tip's mom. I was so scared I'll never see you again, Tip's mom said, giving Tip a huge hug. I never would have stopped looking until I found you, Mom, replied Tip. That's 2 pages, promise. We must demonstrate our affections later, O told them, pointing at the sky. The Gorg mothership had arrived, and O had a funny feeling he knew what he wanted. Seeing Tip hug her mom gave O an idea. They are still looking too, he said, holding the shusher high. For this! When the Gorg finally noticed O, the ship ground to a halt, because the shusher was no ordinary rock. It actually contained millions of Gorg eggs, the next generation of Gorg. That's why the Gorg had been following the boov around the universe. Damn. The Gorg left as soon as O handed over the precious rock. Tip and her mom rushed up to O for hugs and high fives, and so did everyone else from Happy Humestown. Soon after, when O finally had his housewarming party, aliens from all over the galaxy came to celebrate. There was no doubt about it. O really was a super boov. Okay? So you already know, give this up, give it up. Either one. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Or leave a comment. Pick it. Is your opinion to judge me? Go in the comments. Go in the comments. Go in the comments. Crazy.